Oh, fish on. That was a really finicky little bite as well. I'm hoping it's going to be a roach. Not fighting like one, mind you. Oh, no. I'm just filming a YouTube video. There you go, guys. Cracking little brown trout. They're absolutely fantastic. Not a very big one, but welcome. Morning, guys. Andy the Budget Angler here on a very misty Sunday morning. It's quite atmospheric, late autumn, or maybe early winter, depending on when you class the season to start. But it's certainly more autumnal than winter. We still haven't had a good cold snap yet. There are spring flowers. I noticed the brambles have all got new shoots and new flowers coming on them. So whether they'll get pollinated and fruit, I don't know. But yeah, very strange. Down at the chalk stream, not been here for ages and ages and ages. It was so low during the summer that it just, you know, I just didn't want to fish it. I didn't want to distress any of the fish down here. But it's still low for the time of year, but there's a lot more water in it now. We've had weeks and weeks of rain. I say weeks and weeks. We've had 3 weeks of pretty good rainfall, and it's made all the rivers, you know, got water in them basically, and they're not, you know, nice and deep. And this is, I'm just at a deep pool here. It's very clear, but I can still see the bottom. It's about 1 metre deep here, and goes down sort of, you know, it varies in depth, as I'm sure you've seen this loads of times in my videos. I fish here loads. Going to fish the centre pin. Got some bread, got some sweet corn. Well, the sweet corn's a bit more of a summery bait for me. I'm hoping it'll yield some results because it hasn't been cold yet. So I'm hoping for, excuse me, I just burped there. I'm hoping for some roach. Yeah, anyway, sorry, excuse my belching on camera. Let's go and catch some fish. Fish on. Oh, it's a good one. Come on, be a chub. What is it? Oh, trout. Well, they're back then. I hadn't seen one for ages. Typical, isn't it? Season ends and there they come. Oh, that's it. Just in the lip. Well, there you go, guys. Look at that absolutely cracking little brown trout there. Fantastic fun. I've not seen one of these for ages, and they were a big staple for the channel for a while, but let's get him straight back. Absolutely lovely. Well, I just took you through the gear I'm using, just while I think of it. I don't know if that came out. I just had a little one on there and it came off. They're really finicky little bites. I'm only using a size 16 hook, just either a bit of corn, a single niblet of corn, or flake of bread. It's the Advanta X5. It's a angling direct rod, entry level, 13-foot float rod. I bought this specifically to go and fish the River Test when I went down there with my mate Stuart. It's the Damn Quick Shadow reel, and yeah, it's a nice free-flowing centre pin. It's pretty agricultural. It's another entry-level one. Very simple mechanism, so it's easy to take apart and clean. And like fishing places like this where it's really dusty, it does pay to have something that's easy to maintain. Float wise, it's a single piece of goose quill with a safety pin whipped on the bottom and just painted with an orange tip. One I made myself, obviously, and a whipped sight indicator bit there. Yeah, I think I found this goose quill at Sandy Lakes, where is one of my clubs. Yeah, it's about, what is that? I think it's 2BB and a number 1. I did have a 2BB near the top and the one near the bottom, but because it's so fast flowing and I'm using the bread's a bit fluffy, I've put one of the BB down near the hook just to get the bread down a bit. It's probably I'm fishing about 2.5 foot deep because there are a few snags. I just want to skim over the top of them. But yeah, that's what I'm using. So fingers crossed we can get a couple of roach. Fish on, another finicky little bite. Absolutely not. Yeah, they're like roach bites, but they also, I think there might just be really tiny little trout fry or something. This doesn't feel like a roach anyway. No, just a swinger. Well, another little brownie. I think if there are any roach here, these are going to beat them to the punch at every point, so I'm going to move, I think. Well guys, that's not going to plan, to be honest, not going to plan at all. I've come to another spot. I've come back closer to home, it's actually a different river, in fact, it's not far away. But yeah, I got those trout, and then I hooked one more. I was there for about another 2 hours, up and down, walked all the way up and down the whole stretch, fished all my swims. I had loads and loads of roach last season, not a single one. I had one more bite, hooked one more fish, took me straight into a snag, which I think is a bicycle by the looks of it. And obviously it came off, so I thought, right, blow that, I'll come somewhere a little bit more local where I know there are some roach, and there are some not bad ones. I haven't had as good a stamp as what I had from that spot. Although saying, I'm looking now over at where I'm going to fish, which is behind me there, and I think I can see the telltale sign of a paddle just beyond the bank, so I think the paddle boarders are out, so it might be one of those days. Fish on. Not a roach, but at least it's a little silver, a little chublet there, absolutely lovely. Fish on. That was a really slow, finicky bite. That was on a grain of corn. It feels like a good fish though, not a whopper. Oh, it's a roach. Well, how about that then, guys? Absolutely stonking roach there. Fantastic, beautiful orange eye, really pale one, not very bluey or greeny, but really silvery. I don't know if that's coming out. Absolutely fantastic. There you go, guys, little tiny gudgeon there. That's the first time I've ever had one on sweet corn, so yeah, I suppose that's some sort of record. Fish on. Now that was such a finicky little bite, it was unbelievable. It was just nudging and nurdling. I thought it actually got on a snag, and that's why it's got pulled under. Oh, just a swinger. Another cracking roach on a bit of corn, not as big as the last one, but very, very welcome. Lovely fish. Oh, here we go, fish on. It's right there, right tucked under that snag over there. I just have to edge it along, but it's sort of, I'm only getting a good bite once every 5 or 6 casts. It's a bit slow, but well, it's another lovely roach. I'm gonna net him. That is a lovely roach, really, really chubby and fat. He's been feeding up well for the winter. Cracking fish. Fish on. God, they're loving the corn today. There you go, guys. How about that? Another cracking roach. I could do this all day, and I have been. Fish on. Got him back, got it. Nice run again under that tree. They seem to sort of alternate between. I think once I spook them out with one fish. Oh, it's another roach. Is it? It's a dace. That is a big dace. That is a whopper, especially for here. I don't get that many dace out of here, and I'm well pleased with that. They're fantastic. That was on a niblick corn again. Well, guys, that weren't a bad little session. I had to dash home, so I didn't film the outro when I was fishing, and I'm on with the rest of my weekend now. I'm up on the Norfolk Broads. As you can see, I've got a bit of a break from driving. Robin the Rascal's driving for me. He's another YouTuber. I've linked to his channel before. He's my mate, and I've got Ali sitting next to me, and Bruce is on board, my mate Bruce, who comes on Lads Week with us. So yeah, I'm now waffling about the Norfolk Broads, but really I want to talk about that little session there. After some hard perseverance, getting through those trout and then actually moving to a completely new location. Pretty happy with that session, to be honest. A few decent roach, and they were, you know, all of a good size as well. So yeah, absolutely cracking. There's nothing better than just a real bit of simple budget angling. So for me, it was great. Hopefully you've enjoyed it as much as I've enjoyed making it. If you have enjoyed it, please hit that thumbs up. Please consider dropping me a sub, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers, guys. Fish on.